Hey there, today I'm going to make an eggplant caponata with these eggplants before they go bad. Uh, got a variety here. Got some Pentone long Ichiban, regular uh, small black beauties. We've already made fritters, already made caponata once this year. It went pretty quick. You're just going to do eggplant, which you're going to dice into about half-inch pieces. I leave the skin on. You're going to salt them. Let them sit for about a half hour to an hour. It'll suck all the water out of them. If they're bitter already, it'll take some of the bitterness out. You're going to add a couple of green peppers. I've got one out here. I've got some more sitting over there. Onions, capers, olive oil. Now I'm going to cut these up and salt them, and then I'm going to coat them in olive oil, rinse the salt off 3 or 4 times, coat them in olive oil, and then bake them in the oven till they're done. And then you're just going to combine everything together. You're going to fry up the onions, garlic, peppers together. Throw in the eggplant for a couple minutes just to brown them really. And then you're going to add in how much ever tomato sauce you want in there. I made tomato sauce, so I've already got some out of the garden we made. That turned out pretty good. I made a lot of it this year actually. Then you just add as much sauce as you want to you don't want it too watery, just a little bit of sauce goes a long way with this. Let's get chopping. Okay, got them all oiled up and ready to go. Gonna pop them in the oven now, preheated 400 degrees. Put olive oil in the bottom of the pan and drizzle the top and stir them up good so they all got a little coating of olive oil on them. You'll be good to go. 400 degrees, about 20-25 minutes. Okay, that's our onions and peppers cut up. I used Vidalia onions, they're a little bit sweeter. You can use yellow onions, but it's a little bit better with white onions. They're even better with Vidalia. They just give it a little bit sweeter flavor. I cut up some uh, banana peppers and cow horn peppers in there, along with the bell peppers. Remember, you're going to use lots of olive oil in here, just a little bit of sauce. This one's a little bit older. Started to dry up, I guess. Didn't get it in the refrigerator in time enough, so it'll be a little bit bitter. But the salt will draw the bitterness out of it, so we're going to use it anyway. Some of these ones over here are a little bit older, so they're probably better too. That's what we got so far. Now I'm not using all this in the caponata. It'll go into other stuff. I'll probably make spaghetti sauce with it. And it goes good. Eggplant goes good in spaghetti sauce with a lot of basil. Well, let me finish cutting these things and get them in the toss them, get them salted, and then toss them in the oven. Okay, now you don't want them so much to soak in water as just rinsing them off. So I gave them a good rinse. This is the second rinse, and I'll give it one more. And then before you coat them with olive oil, you kind of want to lay them out on towels, fresh, clean paper towels or whatever you got, and kind of get the dampness off of them. You want them kind of dry, but not, they don't have to be dry before you put the olive oil on there. And you don't want to soak them because you're just reintroducing water into them. All right, let me coat these things with olive oil and get them cooking. Okay, eggplant's almost done, smelling good already. Gonna go ahead and start the onions and peppers and garlic. Cooking in the olive oil. Just preheating the pan right now. Get that cooked, and then I'll go pick some fresh basil, throw in here with the sauce when the eggplant's in there and everything's almost done. Put those in last. You don't really want them cooked. They're just kind of for flavor, because I already put basil in the sauce anyway. You can add as many onions as you want to. That's about as many as we like in there. Like I said, I'm not cooking all this eggplant at one time because it's quite a bit we add. I'll just cook it and then use it in other stuff. We can make fritters out of it, or cook it with some meat and oyster sauce or something like that. It's good like that. Black bean paste, oyster sauce, something like that. Get these going. Let me go grab some garlic. I always get the onions going first and then add the garlic a little bit after that. Another addition you can do to this thing, I didn't do it this time, you can put some anchovies in there. It's pretty good like that. A lot of people don't like anchovies, but it tastes good. It's more traditional that way. Let me see if I got any anchovies. I think I'm going to put them in there this time. Yep. Better stock up. Only got like 5 tins left. Another thing, now you don't really want to cook these things down till they're slimy. You want a little bit of crisp to them. The onions are okay slimy. Peppers, you want it still a little firm. That's our sauce in there. Just letting it simmer down now. Gonna go get some basil, mix in there with it. Already put the capers in there. About half a bottle of capers and anchovies. Just let that simmer a little bit while I go get the basil. Okay, that's the Italian sweet basil in there. Thing really took off since I actually cleaned around it and fertilized it. And that's about it right there. It cooked down quite a bit, so I'm just going to put all the eggplant in there. It's just more. I got enough peppers and onions in there. That's all the eggplant in there. I'm going to go ahead and put some sauce in here now and the capers. This is the sauce that I made out of the tomatoes out of the garden, 1 jar of it. I've got probably 6 jars about this size, maybe 7, 8, I don't remember. A lot of sauce. And that's just tomatoes chopped up and basil, oregano. Is my focus going in and out here? I don't know. Let me put some sauce in here. Here's our anchovies. I'm going to slide those in there now, so it's all good in the peppers and onions and garlic. Now remember to be careful opening these tins. They're pretty sharp, and they come packed in olive oil already. A little extra olive oil ain't gonna hurt nothing. Now, if you can, take your spoon and kind of break up the anchovies. The heat and just a little bit of movement will break them up in there, so they'll get throughout everything. Smells pretty good in here now. Let that simmer for a little bit on a lower heat, and we're going to add the eggplant to it as soon as I pull them out of the oven, which will be any minute now. Got a little steam there. They're smelling good too. Now you're going to want to stir those a couple of times so they don't stick to the pan. You don't really have to flip them, just move them around a little bit so they're coated in the olive oil that's in there. Alright, let me pull those out.